this measure of central tendency. So one thing I want to tell you. So because the data values are, if you're looking for mean, median, mode, or anything, so because the data values here are mostly numerical. So if we have a categorical data, there are other things. So for mean, median, mode is mainly for the categorical data. So the data will be of mostly numeric, and they show tendency to a group around a specific value, right? So if you take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I really don't know what the average of this one is. So if I take, so all these values are revolving around a specific value called mean. I'm just giving you an example. I really don't know what actually the mean of this thing is. So it is 5. Imagine all the values, all the numerical values are revolving or having a tendency to group around one specific value called a mean. So statisticians use a set of methods collectively to measure the central tendency around this particular value. So this is how it takes. So summary statistics is all about around what thing we were looking around. So the mean is the thing. So if you look into this particular column, so it is having a mean of 156. So all your spread or standard deviation or your variance all is revolving around one common name called mean. So let's get into what actually the mean is. So mean is a simple average, right? So mean is, it is very much popular. So arithmetic mean is average, and it is very well known. So we all know what is an average. So it can be used with both discrete and continuous data as well. So if you take a continuous data, a float data, it can be used. If you take an integer data, it can be also used, but most oftenly it is used with the continuous data. So what is this mean? So first one, what actually the concept is. So mean is equal to the sum of all the values, right? So it is the sum of all the values in the data set divided by the number of values in the data. So if there are n values in the data set, if you could see, this is what. So these are all values divided by, once we add all values with the number of total values, divided by with the number of total values. So this is mean for, we have capital N here, we have small n here. So there are almost similar equations. And then what is the difference between this mean and this mean? Can anybody tell me about that one? Even I really don't know. What does this mean and what does this mean, man? Anyone? Perfect. Second one is the sample mean, and the first one is the mean of whole population. So if there are n values, so like x1, x2 till the xn, the sample mean will be the whole addition of all the numbers divided by the total number. So that is the mean. So the capital letter, so if you really don't know what actually the capital letter is, so this one is sigma. Sigma is nothing but it is telling me that to add all the values in the data. So This is the whole concept. We really know all these things, man. So it can be used to represent a population or a sample. So as you could see, capital N for the population and small n for the sample. So what is the disadvantage of the mean? Once you calculate the average, what is the disadvantage of the mean? So the disadvantage of the mean is, so individual with extreme values. So if you take, let me give you a simple example. So Microsoft. So you know this guy, right? So Bill Gates. So if I have around 100 employees, okay. So all the employee average salary is around some 50,000 to 100,000, right? 50,000 to 100,000. So the mean will be around 70,000. Imagine we have a mean around 70,000. Now this guy comes into action. So now we have added one more employee. So who is Bill Gates? So his salaries will, it will be around some 50 million or something. 50 million. So now, once we calculate the average, it will be drastically changing from $70,000 to, so it will be around some 49 million, right? So once we add this outlier to the data, once we add Bill Gates to the data, your outlier, he is an outlier because he has extreme value of the salary. So at that particular point of time, your outliers will be affecting your average. So the 100 employees salary is like very small thing once we compare the average of it. So Bill Gates will be influencing the whole average of my employee's salary. So I need to do something with Bill Gates, that particular record. So I need to take it out, or I need to do some modifications to that data so that Bill Gates also will be coming into the same pace. So this is the main disadvantage. So if you have any extreme values or any outliers, your mean value will be distorted. So that is the basic example. So now what to do? So there is a situation. So we would like to have a better measure of central tendency to understand your column. So what is that one? The second one. So now we want to know, man, what is the second one? So now you got to know what is actual concept, right? And what is the main disadvantage. So this is the big thing you need to remember. So now let's get into the median. So what do you mean by median? So we were looking into all these things, man. We know all these things, right? So median is the middle score for a set of a data. So if you have a set of a data, or else let me just scroll it down. So if you have a set of a data, when a data set values are being ordered from lowest to highest. So let's do that one. So we have a set of data and these values are ordered from lowest to highest. So this middle value, if we order the data, is called as median. So this works fine when you have an odd number of scores. So if you have an even number of scores, you will be taking the result of the two. So we have odd number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So if you have an odd number, you will be getting only one median value, right? If you have even number like this, you will be getting two median values. All you need to do is add these things by and divide by 2. You will be getting the median value for the even numbers. So here this median is less affected. So this is a simple explanation how to do it. So median is less affected by the outliers and the skewed data. Can you tell me why it is less affected, man? We have the, if I have something like 10,000 here or 10,000, and there are minus values, -1, -2, and -3 in the whole space. The median, so it really works fine with the outliers and skewed data. Can you tell me why? Anyone?
Here we are
Right,
providing sorting.
right. We have sorted them out, and the median are in the middle. I really don't care about what the actual values are, like from over the extreme right over the extreme left, right? So these median values are not affected by the outliers and the skewed data. So marketing statistics such as like the median age of the purchasers of a customer product, so the median age of the customer product, so we could define what actually the median age of the purchasers of a particular product. So just I'm just giving you an example, so how we can focus on it. So if you take the median, so it will be a 50% of your data. So 50% of your data to the left will be from 55 to 14, and the right it will be from after 56, it will be to till the end of it, right? So this is actually what median is. So it is much less affected by the median. Then finally comes the mode. So mode is the value. So even if you do it or if you order it or not, so median is the set of data values that appears most frequently. So if you take the categorical data, so this mode is mostly used with the categorical data, right? So this mode is something which, or any data value which appears most frequently, is called mode. So give me an example for mode. So how to get into that business part? If I have mode, how can I improve my business? Can anybody tell me that one? Anyone? Give me a small example for mode so that I can improve my business. Choose a product over other. Yes, so that's a good one. So as Pooja mentioned, so if I am a shopkeeper, so imagine I have a little shop, so I have a Lenovo laptops and HP laptops. So majority of the time what my mode in these laptops are HP. So at that particular point of time, am I supposed to order more HP laptops or Lenovo laptops? Yes, obviously HP laptops, because the mode of my HP laptops is, or the mode is HP laptops for my shop. So I need to order HP laptops more so that I can get more profit. So if you see in this example, the most common score for the transport in the city, so it is bus, right? So majority of the people are using bus. So being in the government, so being the chief minister of my state, I need to like give like a 230 or 40 extra buses or to on the road, right? So that people might be using and I can improve my profit over the government. So these were the things you need to look into, or in a way on which are most people talk on phone. If I know that, so I'll be doing something, or I'll be installing a separate tower at that particular phase, or which people are using mostly, what the transactions are from which particular place. If I know that thing, so to reduce the traffic, I will install a separate tower there, so that those people will not, if they have any difficulty in connecting at that particular point of time because of the traffic, they might leave from my operation to another operator, right? So I can go from Airtel to Vodafone if there is any kind of a disturbance because of that traffic. So because of Airtel being Airtel, I knew that so from 10 a.m. to from 12 a.m. 12 p.m. people are using mostly at that particular high-tech city. So I might be installing one particular tower at that place so that we feel comfortable, so that we will not move out of one particular operator, which is Airtel. So, so this is all about mode. So what are advantages? The same thing. So extreme values do not affect the mode. However, unlike the median, the mode can vary much more from sample to sample. So it depends upon the sample as well. So the main disadvantage with the mode is it will not provide that much good measure of central tendency. So just like the mean or median, so it is not as good as mean or median. So you could ask me a question to understand one particular column or something. So what is the best method? You are telling me all the three methods. What is the best method? So my answer is like there is no best method in this one. At least you must try two or three methods or all the methods to understand what actually your column is, how actually your column is reacting, what is the average, what is the median, what is the mode. You need to look into all things. So if you are like looking for a categorical data, go with the mode. If you are looking with the numerical data, go with mean or median or both to understand the data. So there is no particular thing that this works fine with or this works well with all the data set all the time. So you need to try these three central tendency stuffs. So once we have covered, so once we are done with the central tendency, there is another thing which is also important to describe the data.